Hey everybody, if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a current subscriber, welcome back. Today's topic is awesome. I think that it's going to be so helpful in educating you about this horrible topic that we are further exploring. So, I'm talking about narcissists. I see this so frequently, and I wanted to do some research so that I could accurately articulate the differences and similarities between narcissists and sociopaths. You see the term frequently, narcopaths, where people obviously combine sociopath and narcissist. And, you know, rightfully so, narcissists are wicked, as are sociopaths. But there is a distinct difference between sociopaths and narcissists. And I'm going to tell you what the difference is and what the similarities are. So, both of these, so a sociopath is accurately diagnosed as a antisocial personality disorder in the DSM-5. That's the psychological manual for diagnostics statistics. So, both of these disorders are cluster B personality disorders. Both are personality disorders. So, a personality disorder is marked by a pervasive pattern in someone's behavior, actions, that interferes with their way of life, like to a point where it's disruptive. So, um, in order to be diagnosed, it needs to be interfering with someone's relationships, someone's workplace. Um, yes, something of that nature. It needs to be disruptive in their life somehow. That's a personality disorder. Cluster B personality disorder is either someone that's narcissistic, histrionic, antisocial, or borderline. These are often referred to as the dramatic erratic cluster. They're like over the top, over obvious. Um, the difference between a narcissist and a sociopath, antisocial personality, is a narcissist requires 5 or more of the criteria in order to be diagnosed. An antisocial personality disorder requires 3 or more 3 or more of the parameters, and they have to occur since the age of 15 and be ongoing. But a narcissist differs in the fact that it's a pervasive pattern. So a narcissist basically is someone that has a grandiose sense of self-importance. They're preoccupied with fantasies of unlimited power and success for themselves. They believe that they are special. They require excessive admiration. They absolutely have a sense of entitlement, as we know. They are interpersonally exploitative, like they exploit people like without thinking. They lack empathy, and they are envious of others. They also show arrogant, haughty behavior or attitudes. So that someone, in order to be diagnosed as a narcissist, they just have to check off like 5 of those parameters. Someone that's an antisocial personality disorder, like I said, it should be occurring since the age of 15. Um, there's typically also evidence of a conduct disorder before the age of 15. Antisocial personality disorder is someone that fails to conform to social norms. So they're oftentimes arrested because social norms are like laws, and they're deceitful, they're impulsive, they're irritable and aggressive, which means they get in physical altercations, physical fights. They have a reckless disregard for the safety of others. They're consistently irresponsible. Like, they'll fail to honor financial commitments, like pay bills and things like that. They have a lack of remorse. They're indifferent, or they'll rationalize like hurting other people. And they have to be at least 18 or older in order to be an antisocial personality disorder. So those are the differences. That is how each of these personality disorders are diagnosed. Now, there's so many similarities. There's actually there's studies about the dark tetrad, which is narcissists, psychopaths, Machiavellians, and sadists. Machiavelli was a ruler back in like the 1500s, and he actually wrote a book called Princes, I think, and he references like how to take advantage of people, how to manipulate human beings to rule them, to basically dictate them, to control them, and he does so by exploiting vulnerabilities and weaknesses. So if you hear a reference to Machiavelli, that's what they're talking about. So it's someone that's manipulative as well. So that's the dark tetrad, which I thought was interesting. Where am I going? People can be either a narcissist or a sociopath, or they can obviously be both. They can exhibit characteristics from both personality disorders. That's where you get the term narcopath. People can be... The biggest thing with narcissists is that they can be harmful without being dangerous by societal standards. Meaning, like, they won't break laws or anything. Like, they'll destroy people emotionally. They'll manipulate people and be vengeful, but they won't break laws doing so. So narcissists are typically less impulsive and less likely to cause physical harm or to commit a crime like a sociopath is. The traits that are shared between these two terrible personality disorders are that they can both be charismatic and charming. They can both be unreliable, controlling, selfish, and dishonest. They both have a sense of entitlement and deny responsibility for their actions, and both usually lack insight as to their personality disorder, which is no surprise. They lack empathy and they lack emotional responsiveness. The difference between narcissists and sociopaths is that narcissists are driven by their egos. Like, everything is all about their self-perception because they have such a delicate ego, and everything they do is motivated by inflating this, delicate facade of persona that they have built up to protect themselves. So narcissists are driven by their egos. It's very similar, but the difference is that sociopaths are driven by their self-interest, like whatever will get them ahead. Sociopaths are more like con artists. Narcissists are more likely to hurt children, lashing out and faking superior. Or they're more like hurt children. That's the analogy used. Is that like while sociopaths are con artists and they're like criminals, narcissists are like hurt children that are lashing out and seeking vengeance, like to protect themselves. Sociopath are looking to forward their grand plan, like their malicious behavior serves a purpose in their greater plan. Where am I going? So you guys get it. The difference between narcissist and sociopath, the primary difference is that like one breaks laws, and the narcissist is primarily someone that, and the thing about narcissists is that often in society, they're rewarded for their disorder, like because of the way that they conduct themselves. Narcissists are always very consumed by their outward appearance, so they oftentimes present exceptionally well. They're well groomed, they're attractive, they look nice. So a lot of times these people are in politics, or they're, rising in the corporate ladder in the corporate world, but they're like harmless in terms of like not breaking laws. Like sociopaths will break laws, and like I said, they'll ignore financial obligations and things like that. The other thing is that people that are affluent, that have whatever means accessible to them, like people that are well-to-do, affluent in society, have an actual excellent financial standing. A lot of times these people will be able to live out their personality disorder without repercussions because of their standing. So narcissists are like emotionally destructive, and they will devastate people in that regard. Sociopaths are more likely to break laws and things like that. There's so many similarities between the two. Someone can absolutely be a narcopath, like you've heard that term. So it's a combination of a sociopath and a narcissist. They're horrifically destructive, both of them. So I hope this gave you guys the information you were looking for. Drop me a comment below. That would be awesome. Let me know if you're interested in more of this type of information, or if I did a good job, or what your personal experience is. That would be awesome. Please subscribe. That would be super great as well. We are bumped and bruised, but more than anything, we're blessed because we're down, we're not out, we're learning about this, and we're overcoming these horrific experiences, having relationships with these terribly destructive people in our lives. But we're better people for it. So God bless you guys. Please subscribe. Talk to you soon.